Morning, morning, morning. How's everybody doing here? It is 23rd of August. We are winding down, guys. Winding down the month. I do not know where they go. Um, all right, so we got all right, so 8:26, 7:34, 7:24. Sorry about that. All right, so what do we got this morning? Well, we got NVDA. That's the whole game, and the entire market is biting its nails, waiting for NVIDIA because everything is chopping everywhere. All right, I put it out there on Twitter. I hope you read it, like it. Um, so take a look at that. And I do think, I mean, we got really, it's the whole show, and we are coming back up a little bit here. But as you can see, it chopped all night. All right, as you can see, it chopped in every time frame as well. All right, so just in no indecision, no nothing here, folks. All right, so how that report comes out, and there is super high expectations on this. You know, when you get high expectations, okay? How about just a regular expectation? Why I got to throw high in there? All right, but anyhow, that's what they're going to be looking for. Again, 92 billion in cash is what they're looking for. The futures are mixed. There's nothing going on. I think the diamonds are busting out after yesterday's move. I got a little bit more bullish after this 3 day up now. All right, and I like the fact that the spy and the Qs are kind of left behind a little bit because they got to take care of their business. Okay, so diamonds looking better here, up to 536.15. All right, I think the diamonds are getting better. All right, so again, can we go take the diamond? It's saying this maybe the third day now. Maybe this is the point where we could start to go back up, and then maybe the diamonds will lead to the charge to the upside. Wouldn't I be so happy about that? All right, so diamonds better here this morning. Okay, SPY, as you can see, it's been Chop City, USA. All right, so continuation to see this until we get some word, and that won't come till after the bell today. All right, so we'll see with that 765.94 right now. We're 3 cents off from where we closed. And we're the same situation here on the Qs as well. All right, so continuing to chop up on the futures. They're not telling us anything this morning. I got a couple of names here. I can make this one quick this morning. INTU here. Intuit, not good at all on this Intuit. What do we got there? Uh, yeah, this thing getting hit hard by 10.5% now, coming back down on into it. We closed at $357.46. We're trading down at 323, guys. All right, so into it, trying to come back up here a little bit, but this is going to be a gapper down to the downside. All right, and like I said, somewhere around 323. All right, 323. All right, we're coming down into this area in here. All right, 323, 324. All right, so into it lower this morning, and this is all just on disappointing outlooks. And we got the same thing here with Zoom is lower here this morning, and this Zoom has been really good. I'll tell you, this is an opportunity on the Zoom. Probably a setback here, saying that their earnings outlook is disappointing. Okay, we'll see. I'll say, but lower here this morning. Now you're going to get a gap down. This thing, it got up to that 106, 107. We had a guy that comes in every now and again on the Discord, and he was very, very bullish, and so was I, and I really liked the stock. And I think opportunity has come to us, all right, for not chasing it. All right. That's the one thing we did not want to do was chase it. All right. So we're not chasing Zoom, and obviously we didn't need to. So lower this morning. That's another one on disappointing outlooks, both of them. Not too many really big things happening. I mean, Strait of Hormuz is quiet. Crude is lower. The Treasury yields are staying where they are. It's really more simplex than anything else here. These are the diamonds. All right, watch these guys. All right, and then we'll go through what sectors and we'll see what's going to move there. All right, so Walmart. If you're not in Walmart, you should be in Walmart. Stay in Walmart. Here we are, 105.66. Here we go, guys. They're not going to keep this thing down. Even with this NVDA number, it could play havoc with the whole markets, but I think it will just kind of stay centered more into the chips. Let the chips die on their own. Okay, let's get that going on. All right. So Walmart coming back up, and Costco's been moving up, and Target's been moving up. So the big box stores are really doing. I like it. I like it. I like Walmart. I like Apple. Apple's coming back to life again now after kind of a little hiatus with the dailies. We kind of went to crap here, So this is what we have had. What do we got now? We got yesterday. We got that three outsider. All right, so we get that outsider for the day, 313.60. We're trading at 310 inside right now. All right, so a little bit better as you can see. Apple's moving up here. Copacetic, but I do like Apple, but I would be buying dips. And Tesla is another one that I buy on weakness, coming back down on the day here. Gave up yesterday too. All right, so 349, a little lower here this morning. I'm like 327, 324, somewhere around there for me with Tesla. All right, so that group, everyone I just rattled off right there, we're watching which of those diamonds I like Walmart a lot, and I do like Apple. We go back to the Bitcoin, which has really been hot, and then how quickly things can cool off. A shooter comes down on a day, and then another shooter comes down on day, and all of a sudden, and all the whole show's over. It seems as though. So kind of getting knocked back down a little bit. Still holding up pretty good. I think 77,000, but I'd like to try that number out and see what the weather looks right around there. So we'll see about that. It's hanging in pretty good. We look at Mr. This is the ones we've been watching, and this thing's been trading. It's been a good trader to the upside, and then the chop starts again, and you can't do anything. See, you're paralyzed when you're in this. You're just absolutely paralyzed. You're not going to win in that game. All right. So, Mr. is one of the ones we're watching. I just watched the four. I watched the Bitcoin. I watched Mr. I watched Coinbase, who is slightly higher here, no, slightly lower than here this morning, down about $3 and change, coming back down. All right, so Coinbase a little bit lower with that Bitcoin dropping just a little bit, and it's not even that big of a drop. Um, and then we got my other one here, Buminer, BMNR. I get the symbol wrong every time, but I think I finally got it. 25.78 on the overnights here. That was yesterday's day, right? We got up to 25.80, 24/7, and chopping like hell. All right, so more of that. I think we're going to see more of that. If you want to see bars that are going to be moving, going up green, watch diamonds. Okay, trying to get out of that chop. It just dropped back in again. All right, this one's chopping too, but it's been getting a little bit better. All right, so on that note, here XLF, right, sitting at all-time highs. Too fat for me. Too cautious to buy a put. Um, just, I don't know. I know this is going to be one that we will be watching closely for the broadening formation if it starts to set up. Um, right now, they are they're ruling the roost right now, man, and they've been hot. But when Peter needs to rob Paul, they're going to call on the banks because there's a lot of fat in there, and that's where the selling will consume there. All right, so that's what I think on that one. XLI Industrials yesterday just cannot get its act together here because the whole party's like, half the group is going up, the other half group is going down. It's really a mess here. So you get the outsider day yesterday, and here we are this morning at 179, firmly stuck inside. As you can see, there is a ton of red in here. Okay, so XLI, it's got to turn that frown upside down, man. But XLC, I think that's the group that is getting better here, and we're seeing more green now. All right, so 2 up on the day on the XLC. We're 2 up here. So that group, we know who them stocks are, right? We look at META Meta. What are you doing here? Higher this morning. Thank you. Meta on the move, CHTR. Charter Communications, still cheap here. This thing was up to over $300 at one point, even higher than that. But Cheater gives me the big outside day today. How about you give me a 3-2-2 back up, and let's get back up to 158.92 from where we are right now. That's only about $3. All right. Charter Communications looking better here this morning. That group is getting better every day. Them little communication stacks. Another one I talked to about Siri. She had the outside day. I'm really going to watch to see how she comes in today, and it looks like 28.98 right now. All right, so a little bit closer to the highs. All right. I'm going to be taking. I think we're looking at some of these options on Siri for a move. I'm thinking $32 or something. That maybe back up in. I don't think we go that far, but maybe 40's in the cards. All right, maybe $40 is in the cards for Siri. We'll see about that one. But the group here, and then watch Roblox. I mean, the thing is so dead. It's so horribly dead. So one day, it's like looking at Nike. It's just every time I see it, it goes lower. All right, and I love Nike, and I want Nike to be successful. All right, I'm gonna keep saying that. Apple coming back down here a little bit. Let's take a look at some of the tech names. All right, so it's Micron this morning here, and it is chopping like hell. Back down to 922 right now on the overnight today. We're up to 936. We got down to 921. That's our range right now. So as you can see, they don't know what to do. They're biting their nails, waiting on for NVIDIA. Okay, SNDK. SNDK. All right, SanDisk, 1480. We broke 1500. We were looking for 1420. So keep an eye out for that number, 1420. That's my number coming back down on 1420. We'll see if we can get down there. That might be a little safe harbor area where they could maybe start to build a platform and start to get going back up. All right, AVGO, Avgo. Down more right now, coming back here as we get a little bit closer here. It's only 737 still. All right, but Avgo coming back down. So we got that Intuit and we got the Zoom. Those two definitely want to keep. Walmart, I can't say enough about Walmart. Walmart keeps popping up in front of my screen. Try to find a way to get in there. Watching on the opening here, see what kind of prices we get for the lows here. We'll see. I would like to see where that low goes in Early in the morning, I want to see what happened with Walmart. I want to know what's going there. Same thing with my diamonds because I'm watching the diamonds closely because I'm in the diamonds. All right. So Marvel, SanDisk, and Micron, those are the three that I'm kind of focusing on here. I didn't look at Marvel, MRVL. All right. So Marvel, as you see, coming back down on the swing. All right. So moving lower here again with the chop still going. All right. XLB, that one's probably going to be a little bit better this morning. All right. We closed at 53.58. We're really near yesterday's highs. Okay. At 53.58. So XLB materials, we look at gold. All right, there's your gold this morning here, lower, coming back down with your silver, SLV. All right, Iran tensions maybe a little bit lower, maybe not. I don't think anything changes there right now. Silver, you got that going on. We take the utilities here, guys. You know, it tried to run back up real fast. Look at, I mean, it's really all over the place, but everything's all over the place. I said everything is everywhere. That's exactly what I said, and that's what it's. Well, it seems like what it is. All right, chop, chop, chop here. Wicked up. The two on the week. I mean, if you confirm the week up, make it start to look like a hammer, like something's going to lead. Then I'd get more interested. But right now, I don't know. We'll see how that group holds up. We got energy coming down because we got crude down this morning. So we got that moving here. We got discretionaries. Really, really mixed bag on this group. 117.55. It's 118.04 right now. It's inside day for the discretionaries. When you watch McDonald's, Chipotle Mexican Grill, Kohl's stores, and Macy's. I didn't check Macy's over the last couple of days, but I saw Macy's was coming back down. All right, back down to 22.59. Macy's is starting to look juicy again a little bit. Maybe you're going to have to give me some more downside. Kohl's stores too, KSS. I saw that one this morning. A couple of names that I saw this morning too was solar stocks. So I got First Solar here coming up this morning. Is that right? Look at that. I love where it's coming from on the daily, on the monthly. Look at this with the solars. Down for everything. 206.15, 207.30. First Solar is going to be opening inside day here after just being absolutely creamed. Sedge, this is another one. 31.62 coming back up on this guy. All right, a little higher on there. Sedge. And First Solar. JKS, is that right? JKS? That's the solar, right? Yeah, Jinko. All right, Jinko coming down. Everything coming off the lows on these solars. They haven't been liked. All right, so 1550 is looking a little lower there. Don't go chasing waterfalls. All right. And then we look at XRT, which is really tied in the same thing as the XLYs. But I see a little bit of green popping up here this morning. This one has been just great. VSXY. And she came back in pretty good for us too, I think. VSexy coming back up. 212 on the day. Couldn't go outside. Got up to 102. I think it's definitely getting back to 102. It's a choppy mess here. So, I would let this dailies play out and see how that's going to shake out. That's no good right now for us. We got enough chopping. We don't need more. All right. All right, so back to it, man. NVIDIA, that's the big thing at the end of the day. We'll see what happens. If they meet their number and they surpass their numbers, we'll see what happens. Probably a big move to the upside. and then probably all of our other stocks will probably suffer a little bit, and then we'll watch to see if the staples can come in and maybe be a little defensive. All right, that's what I'm thinking here. So we'll see what today brings. All right, I will definitely be back during the day. All right, be good, be good.